These are Hong Kong's water people, Chinese who are born, live out their lives, and die afloat. The tiny cramped sampan, or the ocean-going junk, houses or floats entire families who rarely venture ashore, except to pick up or discharge a tiny cargo or a catch of fish. This is the life of nearly 200,000 Chinese, amidst the bustling life of one of the greatest and most beautiful harbors in the world. Modern Hong Kong and the city of Victoria on the island was founded as an outpost of British colonialism. But today, in the shadow of the giant of Chinese communism, she is a shining citadel of Western freedom. Chosen as a site for a British trading center in 1841, Hong Kong offers 17 square miles of landlocked anchorage and is the main junction point for Far East commerce. Ravaged by the Japs' 4-year occupation during World War II, the colony offers ample evidence today of full recovery. As in Hong Kong's office buildings, her homes offer a blend of Western comfort adapted to Oriental architecture. The colony is 99% Chinese. Only about 20,000 of a population of 2.5 million are Europeans. Rickshaws are still a popular mode of transportation. And another tradition, the split skirt, holds strong in the world of Susie Wong. When the Red Horde swept over China in 1949, refugees by the hundreds of thousands flooded into Hong Kong. And in these faces, you see reflected Chinese types from all sections of their motherland. Most tourists seem too busy shopping to take a second look at Hong Kong's distinctive double-deck trolleys, for the colony is one huge bargain counter. With import duties non-existent and with low taxes, European goods are most often cheaper than in their country of origin. Housing is horribly inadequate, but the Chinese cherish cramped freedom to communist serfdom. Across the harbor is Kowloon. Kowloon means 9 dragons, as Hong Kong means fragrant harbor, and it is here that the cruise liners dock. Kowloon, with 1 million residents, is the size of Victoria on the island, and between the two cities, the ferries continually bustle, carrying 100 million passengers a year. And let it not be said that New York's Staten Island ferry is the last stronghold of the 5-cent ride. A breeze-swept trip across Hong Kong harbor still costs a nickel, too. The native markets are beehives of activity, with the sing-song bartering lending a pleasant obligato to the commerce of an industrious peoples. The colony can grow but a fraction of its agricultural needs, but both homegrown and imports are funneled through native markets to feed the hungry millions. Second only to food shortages has been the housing problem. But in a few short years, 7-story buildings in massive blocks have risen magically. The government has earmarked $250 million for more of such buildings to house her refugees. Red omnibuses that seem to have strayed from the heart of London dominate the traffic in Kowloon, which is a mixture well stirred of vehicles old and new. Hong Kong's remarkable recovery from her war horrors has at the same time thrust her into the industrial market, where once she was primarily a base for transshipment of goods in Asia, the colony turned to manufacturing as the only way to rescue the Chinese refugees from unemployment, starvation, and death. Today, her fabricated goods have found markets throughout the world. Industrialization sealed the crack in the rice bowl. 2 miles across the island to the ocean side and Repulse Bay. Here you seem to be a continent away from the rabbit warren cities just across the hills. It could be a resort along the California coast. But ever present across the quiet hills of the new territory is the threatening cloud of red China. Probably the communists could move in on Hong Kong at will. Is this a possibility? No one knows. Some say the Reds bide their time until the colony's rehabilitation is completed and it's ready for plucking. Others say that the Chinese would never close this last door to the Western world. "35 miles south of Hong Kong is Portuguese Macau, the storybook city of intrigue, smuggling, gambling, and all that made up the Class B movie. Today, it's still a city of intrigue. A bustling community 24 hours of the day, Macau offers an exotic port of call for the globe-trotting tourist who will find that his Yankee dollar talks a lot louder than the Portuguese escudo. To return to Hong Kong and her beauties, her dreams, and her people. There are many anecdotes to illustrate her position as a bastion of Far East freedom, and one of the best may be this. One manufacturer labels his dresses and gowns, manufactured for the Western world, with the slogan, "Made in Hong Kong by refugees from Red China." And that defiant watchword may well banner a promise to the coming generations that they too will have a part in keeping alive the spark of Chinese freedom. Hardship is the one ship the floating Chinese ignore as they go about their daily tasks in fragrant harbor. A seething, milling, toiling mob of tens of thousands who, like their land-bound brothers, eke out an existence with infinite resignation and patience. Hong Kong, fragrant harbor, outpost of Western ideals and